There are 4 new lords to play with in Warhammer 3, so today we're finding out which of these new factions are the best by facing them off in a single elimination Total War tournament.
A whole tournament in one video is going to be pretty wild, but let's get right into it and kick off the first round with me, Mac, unleashing the Slayer Engineer Malakai McKyson against that chump Riggs, playing as Tamer Khan, the Maggot Lord.
Honestly, I think these dwarves are going to be pretty good.
We'll see. We'll see. This Tamer Khan fellow looks like a beast, though.
Tamer Khan is a beast, but I'm confident this short king's the better lord, and I have a few tools to prove it. But Riggs thinks Tamer Khan's going to win, so I guess if you want to see his delusional rantings, just keep watching. But my strategy for this campaign was to use speed as my advantage. And that's because Riggs' entire army consists of morbidly obese men who can barely even walk, which makes for a pretty slow start. So I should have plenty of time to colonize our indigenous neighbors before Riggs gets here and use their villages as kindling for my industry.
You've got a sick mind!
So I moved fast for a dwarf and captured all the cities around me until I eventually secured my border with Katerin. But I was able to take all this land in like 2 seconds thanks to the Spirit of Grungy. This thing's a super sick blimp that basically just blows the shit out of anything that moves. And since Riggs has no ranged weapons, he's gonna have to take a pounding from old Daddy Mac. However, we need a lot of land and money to construct these Hindenburgs. And thanks to our alliance with Kislev, I could acquire that land and money by invading these Norsemen with almost my entire military. Definitely a good start so far. And with Riggs taking his sweet time to come at me, there's zero shot I'm losing.
Yeah, Mac's right. Nurgle's early game development is slow, but I'm not gonna be outscaled and outgunned by Dwarven industry. I'm gonna send my maggot host on a direct path to Malakai's capital, pillaging, raiding, and growing stronger as we march, so by the time I get to Mac's doorstep, he'll be singing a different tune.
We're completely fucked, completely fucked.
This Tamer Khan fella lures in chieftains from across the entire mortal realm of chaos, and they bring massive buffs to our horde.
Current army will be fully replenished. Stalking stance for my army. Completely refills movement range. This guy's army, oh my god.
Allowing us to stomp on all other chaos factions. So we quickly conquered our way towards Mac, eventually recruiting this chieftain, Kargon the Crazed. And it didn't take long for me to understand why that's his name.
Fealty with Kargon the Crazed. No. Was wounded? Oh, what the f? Okay, my chieftains are wounding each other. What the hell, dude?
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Well, at least I could recruit yet another chieftain right after this, with perfect timing too, because he joined us right as we arrived across the shores of a certain dwarf that looks like he could use some of Grandfather Nurgle's gifts.
I'm not sure how he did it, but Riggs was here way sooner than I expected. And this wasn't great, because most of my armies were still keeping the peace in Norska, far from my front line with Tamer Khan. I'd have to hold off the Nurgle invasion with just 2 armies, while the rest of my forces make their way back home. But I did what I could, making my first attack and capturing Stormvrak Mountain, and then immediately force marching towards Riggs' capital, the Plains of Zambijan. I was gonna end this campaign, and I was gonna end it quick.
Run around, take attrition.
I am.
Meanwhile, Riggs launched his own attack, intercepting Malakai in the open ocean, which definitely surprised me because I felt I had the stronger army.
Look at him. He's got to bring everything. He's got to bring everything to just have a prayer against these dwarves.
That's true. You're not wrong.
Oh man, this is gonna be enjoyable. I'm gonna have fun here.
With a strong artillery advantage, I assembled my troops between the forest and a natural rock outcropping, ideally funneling his forces into a killing field.
That's a lot of
Here they come!
But Riggs was a sneaky little bastard and used that rock as cover, completely avoiding my artillery.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
That was smart, but it's fine. I got the Spirit of Grungy. Oh yeah, here she comes. It's doing good damage, but it's just not enough. Like, you just have so much shit.
As the battle developed and our front line collapsed, Malakai came face to face with the Maggot Lord himself.
Holy shit, dude, Telmakar hits hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was crazy, that chunk though at the end.
Riggs, why are you doing this, dude? Instead of just letting me get a kill, you run him off the field like a
God damn it. Maybe if I had kept Riggs' army out in the open where my artillery could actually hit him, maybe I could have won. But instead, I indented a rock. Also, Tamer Khan is insane. But with my army destroyed, Riggs was able to disembark his troops and march to my capital, besieging it just 2 turns later and giving us little time to prepare in his own daring bid to end this campaign. But I wasn't weak. The balance of power was mostly even, and the war had dragged on Riggs' army, reducing some of his units' strength to less than half.
Look how messed up. My army looks more messed up here than it did on the battlefield.
And on top of his already weakened army, a few other things started going wrong as well.
Kargan does not take lightly to be reprimanded. He calls out the Mournhowl and breaks the wolf's jaw. What the hell? This Kargan guy is just massacring my other chieftain.
But the outcome of this battle will have massive repercussions for both players in this tournament. For us, Team Mac, the loss of our capital means a huge loss of gold, but also the loss of critical recruitment. And I'll need every last dwarf soldier if we're gonna win this war.
And for Team Riggs, well, his entire war host was going all in on Mac's capital. Because with a Dwarven army now campaigning into the waste to capture his core settlements, he's fucked. No, I'm not close to being dead yet, but losing my home settlements means I won't be able to recruit more units from there to replenish the horde. And that means this battle is make or break for our war host. Let's do this.
Charge. Get in there, men.
Our strategy was to simply climb up the walls and break down the main gate while sending other units to wrap around and break through the second gate. And Tamerkhan was just an absolute bullet sponge.
He's unkillable. He's unkillable, actually.
Definitely regenning, yeah, but no, he's going down.
No, he's going up.
But eventually, even he couldn't withstand the onslaught.
Oh, thank God. I thought he was invincible.
I at least still had 2 chieftains, however, even though they themselves were about to die. And eventually, my detachment broke through the back gate to start pummeling Mac's rear.
Hey, yo!
But even with this damage, my units were still being slowly ground down, and I started to think we'd lose this battle of attrition. But then, alongside this sexy dude, in a magnificent act of redemption, Kargan the fucking crazed atop his chariot of death just endured until these two almost single-handedly cut down or routed the rest of Mac's capital defense. The dream is alive for the good guys. We've taken Krakadrak, so kiss those cannons goodbye, Mac. And our Chaos Dwarf chieftain finally increased in fealty enough for us to use our first campaign buff, enabling replenishment in foreign territory. And at a time like this, we'll definitely take that.
Definitely gonna get in on that.
Because if we just manage to keep advancing and take a few more settlements, we'll cripple Mac's economy beyond repair, take away his ability to raise a force against us, and Tamerkhan the Maggot Lord will be advancing into the next round of this tournament.
So that was a fucking lie.
Tamerkhan's not advancing to shit. Because remember all those armies that were all the way in Norska? Well, they're back, baby. And in perfect time to block Riggs and finally bring this campaign to an end.
Come on. Oh, no. God, drink with the insane. Oh my God, what?
Oh, it's disgusting. Look at those maggots pouring out of the head.
With Tamerkhan now dead, Riggs wasn't able to put up much more of a fight. I marched on my capital and finally retook it from his stinky hands. And Riggs had lost almost all of his territory in the wastes. His armies were shattered, his lands were burned, and his spirit was broken, forcing Riggs to finally wave the white flag. Which means Malakai wins, baby!
I certainly went down in a blaze of glory, but without being able to recruit and level up every chieftain to take full advantage of their bonuses, there was just no way we can compete with that new Dwarven expansion and economy. Tamerkhan definitely has the potential though to create an absolutely devastating warhost with all of these unique new heroes that bring such a wide range of amazing abilities and units. But doing this would require a decent bit of more time, and more time is a rare luxury in multiplayer games. However, now it's my turn to use some firepower because I'll be playing as the Empire's Elspeth Van Draken against the other new Nurgle Lord, Epidemius. Elspeth joins Carl and company in the defense of the Empire, but honestly, she should want to become Empress herself if we're basing one's authority off the power they can muster. That's because she specializes in 2 things: dark magic and an ungodly amount of gunpowder. Alongside several new gunpowder units that have been added to the Empire's roster, she can also make use of the new Imperial Gunnery, which allows you to unlock a ton of massive buffs to all things firepower.
Adds additional projectile for Hellstorm rocket battery units. Adds an additional projectile for... adds additional fucking projectile.
But to unlock all of these amazing upgrades, we're gonna need some schematics. Lots and lots of schematics, which you gain through fighting battles and taking settlements. So wasting no time, Elspeth quickly conquered her way east east to bring Sylvania under heel, pillage them for as many schematics as I could find, and reap all of these weapon upgrades in the process.
Stalk and snipe for mortar units.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Afterwards, I continued consolidating the empire, and we eventually built up to tier 3 infrastructure in our richest provinces. This was very important because we finally gained the ability to recruit cannons, mortars, ironsides, and these bad boys, Hotchland long rifles.
Oh, that's so fucking hot. Oh, yeah.
And when my recruitment was done, I had all of this firepower, absolutely perfect for blowing maxed lumbering Nurgle units to smithereens. Now, I just needed to begin the march north and consolidate all of my armies spread over the Empire into a spearhead aimed straight for the Chaos Wastes. Elspeth led our forces north atop her dragon.
Ma! There's a fucking dragon at the door!
Yeah, she gets a freaking dragon to confront Mak and bomb every last atom of Epidemius off the face of this earth.
You know what? You're just so good. I have no option. I have to do it. He's strength rank 1. Oh no! Oh no!
I knew Riggs was coming, and with the new and improved Empire, I knew a lot of firepower was coming too. But for as scary as his tanks and dragons are, I'm actually not too worried because Epidemius, our lord, specializes in the plague. These new plagues eviscerate anyone who comes into contact with them. So instead of relying on strength of arms, I relied on cultists, these bad boys, to spread the Black Death and wither Riggs' troops down before they even reach the front line.
Oh my gosh. It's pretty good.
It actually is pretty good.
So while Riggs called up Pfizer for a cure, I marched on Volksgrad with my main army and prepared for the final hammer strike into the Empire.
Here it comes, baby.
But before I could swing the hammer down, Riggs YOLO'd Elspeth into Volksgrad, plagues and all, set on destroying my forces before they have a chance to spread.
Oh yeah, you get to auto-resolve. Hell yeah.
Valiant defeat. No, it could win this for sure though.
Oh no.
Riggs definitely has a lot of units. But with the help of our plagues and a few of our own powerful armies, I think we can weather this Imperial storm and slay that dragon.
You serious?
I started right in front of Mak's main gate and began blasting.
Why is there no hole in this wall?
I then thought it was safe to march my infantry forward, but Mak had unit spawns that started to eat up my artillery.
Oh, what is that?
Oh shit. Fuck him up, boys.
So now, my strategy turned to pushing my infantry through the walls and setting up some defense in the square. This will let my long rifles climb the walls and start shooting down on Mak's units he had in reserve. Mak noticed this and tried pushing some infantry up to stop me, but he was just a bit too late. My rifles now manned his walls and began a merciless barrage down onto his units. And Elspeth was just casting an endless amount of spells. And well...
Ah, well, you tried your best. you fought hard.
Volksgrad is dead, just like that. I'm embarrassed. It was a slaughter.
With that win, Mak only had this one army left on the front lines, and this dude was stuck in force march.
Come and get me, daddy.
Elspeth couldn't reach him this turn, but one of my other lords, however...
There's no escape. There's no escape.
Mak's army here wasn't anything to scoff at though, and as the defender, he could just take shelter in the trees against my massively range-dependent army. But f*** it, we have enough ammo, so I just started bombing him out as I advanced my greatswords. We surrounded him on both sides, doing some damage, but my right flank got absolutely torn up by Mak's infantry. And because of this, my greatsword started running away like a bunch of cowards, and Mak began an all-out rush up the flank to get at my guns and artillery units. If they make contact, it is game over, good night, see ya to all of my men. So they turned and fired.
Yeah, they just melted that unit.
Dude, the guns are too good. They're too good. They're way better than the cannons. They just melt. They melt. Oh my god.
And after that beautiful display of firepower, Mak had no more armies in the region, so all that was left was to send our armada north through the frozen sea,
The armada's coming.
embark on the shores of the wastes, and eliminate poor old Epidemius,
I don't even know if Malakai could stand up to this.
who sadly never really stood an honest chance against this new imperial power.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Yeah, cannon flies. Yeah, we reached this back line. Oh man, everything's dead.
But it was still a lot of fun, right, Mak?
Yeah. So fun. But that means Elspeth is moving on, bringing us to the final round of this tournament, Malakai Makaisen versus Elspeth von Draken. I'll be playing as Malakai for this final matchup, but this time with a few new strategies, while Riggs will be looking for back-to-back wins with Vissenlin and Nuln.
This is going to be a good matchup.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I really have no idea who's going to win this.
After seeing those Hotchland long rifles in action, I wasn't sure what to do. Their insane range and ridiculous firepower would absolutely eat our slow-ass dwarven infantry. So infantry armies, out. I also couldn't rely on thunder barges because their slow, hulking frames make for particularly good target practice. I'll need something much faster and harder to hit if Malakai is going to win this tournament. So while I figured out my plan for the battlefield, I stuck to my tried and true strategy of conquering Norska and establishing Erengrad as my southern frontier. This time, though, I gained loads of grudge points, which we get by killing enemies. And in fact, I killed so many enemies and gained so many grudge points that I got a grudge settler army. This is an army that costs us absolutely nothing because these guys are paid in bloodletting. With this free army begging for battle, I had no choice to march it south and kick this final war off.
You know, I had a feeling Mak would be starting this war early, so right after I conquered Sylvania, I moved Elspeth north, hidden and in prime position to attack Mak's valuable eastern settlements. And sure enough, only 24 turns in, and I see Mak force marching south through Kislev.
There he is. Coming on down.
Yeah, Sindri Ulick, baby.
This made me a bit worried, because Mak was strength rank 1 by a good margin, and along with his army in Kislev, I also noticed him expanding into Chaos Dwarf lands, slowly wrapping his way around my eastern settlements. So to help even the odds, I went all in on diplomacy and made defensive alliances with the strongest regional powers, while beginning a massive recruitment drive to bolster my own defenses before this oncoming Dwarven onslaught. But before I could get these newly recruited units to the front lines, Mak was already outside of and threatening my cities unchallenged. So he seized the moment and officially declared war.
Wait, what? You're allies with the Ice Court? Well, that sucks.
He immediately took Essen, but I had 2 army groups converging from both sides, so this little shit ain't making his way further south. Meanwhile, I now revealed Elspeth by force marching her up into range of Mak's wealthy city of Erengrad, and on the next turn, she was able to take it, bringing us a ton of much needed cash. Max cash. Down on the Imperial front, Mak pulled back north to take Nagenhof before I was able to close in and retake Essen with him trapped inside. And his escape sucked, because now we were racing against the clock to kill this grudge settler army as quickly as possible. Because,
Enemy spotted.
as expected, Malakai was spotted force marching his way through the eastern World's Edge mountains and will soon lay siege to Sylvania, my economic backbone. But to at least buy us a little time, I actually managed to finagle my way into convincing Ungrim Ironfist to go to open war against his own kin. Hold the line, Ungrim. But the pressure was still mounting, so I rushed north to put this little grudge settler army down. Mak was forced to give battle, and I had the numbers to win this battle. Unfortunately, we got quite possibly the worst map in this game because Mak had an amazing position on a hill covered in trees.
All right, make your slow, methodical push towards me.
I had the strength to root him out though, so I advanced up through trees of my own. Mak left his artillery forward and vulnerable to attack, but my long rifles refused to shoot uphill.
It stinks that this hill, like my long rifles couldn't shoot up it that well.
That means I was forced to try running my infantry up the hill and
Oh my god.
That's insane. That's crazy. I can't believe that happened. Their targeting is so good now.
So good. It's crazy.
They literally just they shoot while you're running into them. They spin.
And then they stun your infantry as they're running.
I mean, holy shit.
That's
so good.
It's so good.
Mak had iron drakes that could fire deep from within the trees and just obliterated my infantry. Oh, and they just melt single entities.
The way I look back and my light wizard's just dead.
What the fuck?
They turn on a dime and have an absolutely unreal reload time.
These flame things, dude, are so good.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking good.
While firing unimpeded from the safety of the trees where my range could do practically nothing.
Burn him at the stake. Oh, he's dead.
And believe it or not, I eventually got tired of the slaughter that these units were inflicting and decided to retreat from the battlefield.
Dude, Iron Drakes are just crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about them, really.
Well, even though those tier 2 Iron Drakes forced us to retreat, we at least did enough damage to push Mak's army back, and we remained in control of the bridge. This was crucial because next turn, Mak tried making a daring escape from our clutches, but ladies and gentlemen,
We got him.
and even though he still had those damn Iron Drakes in the trees, armies.
I feel wrong for this. It's just...
You should. This is f***ed.
It's just insane. This is crazy.
I don't know what to do, really. They don't even take a lot of damage to their own shots either. They're like immune to it. And then it stuns locks your heroes. Like, what?
We were able to bomb them out and finally put this grudge army to bed. And with that settled, we were now able to focus our attention on the advancing Malakai. But with the heavy losses we just took and the shocking power of these new dwarves, I was unsure about my ability to deal with him. So back up north, although Elspeth did manage to continue her push uncontested and take some more settlements from Mac, I opted to play it safe, cash out now, and use her new unique mechanic, the Gardens of Moor, to teleport her down to Sylvania. She was now back home and ready to confront this little itty-bitty thorn in my side.
Elspeth appeared right outside Castle Templehof when just like 2 seconds ago she was ransacking my shit in Norska. So I have no idea what's going on. But a horde of Imperial armies descended on Malakai.
Where did all these armies come from?
I might be outnumbered, but I've got an ace in the hole. Remember those fast, hard-to-hit units I was talking about? Well, I found my salvation in gyrocopters. I concentrated these puppies on the edge of Riggs' gun line, forcing his units into an uncoordinated mess. So, while his guns were trampling over themselves, I closed the gap with my infantry and gave battle, while at the same time, I called in the Spirit of Grungy to add to the chaos.
Dude, they're firing at that Thunder Barge, but they ain't doing a lot of damage to it.
Both armies ground away at each other, but at the sound of the horn, Riggs' reinforcements arrived, swinging the balance of power in his favor. And to make matters worse, Elspeth executed Malakai.
Holy shit.
Oh my
Did you
God.
see that?
What did that?
Serve dragon breath. Oh my god.
Oh, just like that. He's f***ing dead.
And in all the chaos, I made a pretty bad blunder.
Oh, f***. I took my hand off the mouse thinking I was safe. Oh, that was stupid. Let's get another shot off. Please get another shot off. Please fire. Damn. Yeah, even though Malakai died, holy f***.
Dude, you're winning this campaign. That army did amazing.
Yeah,
Still.
dude. I know, dude. I thought I might win that battle. I was like, holy f***. This is insane.
I feel like I played it well. Like, I feel like I did all right.
Even though I didn't win the battle, I won in morale. Those gyrocopters earned their weight in gold, baby. And with a few more of those in my armies, I think this campaign's a wrap. But Riggs did win that critical battle, so I guess this campaign continues for now. After Malakai's defeat, Riggs capitalized on his momentum and recaptured Karak Kadrin and Vitevo, and then defeated my garrison at Kislev, turning his defensive win into a strong counterattack across multiple fronts. Meanwhile, however, I made gains where I could. I captured Essen, sacked Needling, and occupied Krugenheim, carving a path through Stirland with my sights set on Riggs' capital of Nuln. But seeing this, Riggs rushed Elspeth west, desperately trying to cut off my army, even raising new forces in Wurtbad in a pathetic attempt to stop my advance. At the same time, Riggs prepared a huge attack on Prague, and this was problematic because my forces were scattered all throughout the empire, with only a small force standing in the way of his horde. With the pressure mounting, I felt like it was finally time to reveal my trump card.
What the hell? Unger Mindfist, my ally. No, now it's yours. Amazing army. Like, what the? Oh my god.
Nearly all of the World's Edge Mountains were brought under my control and allowed me to seize Fort Jakova and Nakenhof and isolate Riggs' forces at Kislev.
Now I can't win it all. Now I can't win it all. Maybe I was like, okay, I could actually build something decent here. When you have this army, and now you have all this fucking settlements to my south, and in the wastelands, and in the front, there's just no, dude, there's no way.
But I was a bit overconfident and ran my army straight into an ambush.
I don't know what's in this army, but I remember it was shit. I hope it still is.
Just as expected, Riggs attacked on all sides, but he had mostly archers, and my thick-shielded, heavily armored dwarven infantry shrugged that shit right off, while my Iron Drakes went to town.
Burn them all!
They're just so good.
Baby.
I mean, I can't believe how good they are.
Infantry absolutely decimated in like 2 seconds. This is crazy.
They're so good.
I know. I know. Hunt him down. Hunt him down.
Oh my god.
CA, I think this might need a nerf.
Ambushed me, and he still couldn't do it. He's feeling the desperation, baby. But with the pressure mounting, Riggs attacked my strong army at Krugenheim, I guess hoping to crush my advance and consolidate his front line. But I had a lot of gyrocopters, and I was about to put Riggs on notice.
Here I come, you little...
Damn, I can't shoot up with my Amethyst Riders at your freaking guns for some reason. Yeah, I mean, holy shit. Oh my god.
It's actually a pretty good battle, though.
No, it was. No answer. I have no answer to those damn
Gyrocopters?
Gyrocopters, yeah.
These gyrocopters are insane. The literal sole reason I was able to defeat that dragon riding bitch. However, my general would need a few turns to heal up before I could renew my offensive. But with the momentum now on my side, I set my sights on Riggs' last army in the east and attacked. He started on a strong hilltop position with plenty of mortars and guns, and definitely did some damage.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh! Oh, no.
But once again, my dwarven infantry was able to push through and put an axe in his face.
He's got my axe embedded in his nervous system.
In one turn, Riggs was crushed on 3 fronts. Elspeth was defeated in the west. His central armies destroyed at Nagenhof, and the Imperial offensive at Prague decimated.
By Sigma, no.
But to make matters even worse for Riggs, I had another trick up my sleeve.
That's just silly.
That's just crazy.
Just like that, Confederated Belagar.
I'm sorry. It's just, look at all this. This is crazy. This is crazy.
My armies now attacked Riggs on 4 fronts.
Game over, man. It's game over.
With Belagar being brought under the iron fist of this Dwarven dictatorship, things were looking pretty bad for our empire, to say the least. Using some guerrilla tactics, we were able to win a few good battles and slow down this Dowie tide.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I didn't think you had anything here.
Even managed to capture and kill that little bastard Belagar after he assaulted Faldorf.
Get the fuck out of here, bitch!
However, even with all of our success on the battlefield, the Dwarven industrial complex was just out of control, replacing lost armies faster than we could kill them. Also, each battle we had against Iron Drakes and Gyrocopters was Pyrrhic. So coming to terms with the inevitable, I traded away Sylvania and the rest of my outer colonies, recruited the 4 best armies that I could possibly muster, and we made our final stand outside the gates of our capital. We couldn't win this war,
But if you want to fight, you better believe you got one!
The action started quick because Mak used Vanguard deployment to start his gyrocopters right behind us, which really just had me thrilled.
Super cool. Right behind my reinforcement or my zone. You can just... What if I had Vanguard deployed and I had all my units back there? What, we're just all gonna spawn on each other?
But it was fine, as we fought them off while our reinforcements on both sides started to enter. We thought it would be a good idea to give the AI control of some units so we could have all 8 armies take the field at once. But instead of taking half like we wanted, the AI took the majority of our forces.
Oh, well, now our just AI is fighting.
And even though I'm the defender here, my AI thought it would be a good idea to charge up the hill to their deaths.
Yeah, just run those Hotchkiss long rifles right up the field, AI. Right up the hill. That's where they belong.
But it was fine, because I still had Elspeth, all of this artillery, and Max AI started forming these real juicy clumps.
I mean, look at these clumps, dude. Just begging for artillery.
Let them have it, boys. But, boys?
My Hellstorms just refuse to shoot. Shoot! I don't know. I don't. It'd be really cool, though, for their vid. Shoot! Please.
Please.
Come on.
Come on.
Fire! What? That's not who I even... What are you doing?
Everything that could go wrong is...
Well, I wanted to make it an end worthy of remembrance, but it was sadly pretty anticlimactic.
I mean, that battle couldn't have gone any worse for me.
But that's just life, you know? You win some, you lose some. It was still a ton of fun, and I'm not trying to cope, shut up. No, it was a lot of fun.
Outrageous fun.
And a great tournament between these new lords. And at the end of it all, the winner of this Tournament of Decay is Malakai Makaisen. And as good as Tamarkan and especially Elspeth could be, they just couldn't compete with this new Dwarven firepower.
GG Riggs, well, we learned that Malakai is insane.
But we want to hear your thoughts, so comment down below what you thought of the campaign as well as these new lords we got. Like and subscribe if you're cool. Check the description for a link to get yourself Warhammer 3 and join the party, and a link to join our Discord to play in some multiplayer games of your own. Finally, a special thanks to our mighty warlords, Doshav, Drowning, That Undead Guy, Mr. Napoleon 01, Voltage 483, Laante, Abilioti, Shadow Singer, Sprunkly 1709, Cowleries, Vanguard, and Trey Noble. You guys rock. And for the loyal clan rats, Degenerate McChicken, Ivanov Yanislav, Cyron, Tom Ass, Madge Smelker, Grand Perzival, True Irish Luck, Rogue 1101, Damien, Level 5 Goon, Grisbjorn, Michael Krasa, Nicholas, and Crazed Dog. Thank you all again, and we'll see you next time with some more Warpstone.